So welcome to the last unit that we're going to be covering in remote learning. It will take us through the end of May, so we'll take 5 weeks to get through this unit on three-dimensional solids. This first lesson that I'm putting together really is covering the vocabulary and the naming conventions. And I know that that might seem like something that you just want to skip over, but my concern is if I didn't cover this and Math Excel was referring to a shape with a specific name and I didn't teach you what those names were, that then you would struggle with Math Excel. And that's going to be how I'm going to assign the bulk, if not all, of your assignments from here on out. So the first thing is a polyhedron. So what is a polyhedron? It's a three-dimensional solid whose faces are polygons. So this word is derived from two Greek words, poly, which means many, and hedron, which is face. And there are two types of polyhedron, prisms and pyramids. For a minute, I'm just going to stick with talking about polyhedrons, and then we'll skip to the other types of three-dimensional solids that we'll talk about. So polyhedrons are named according to the number of faces, and for our class, we're going to classify them based on the shape of the base. So for example, we'll talk about a square pyramid or a hexagonal prism. So some more vocabulary on the screen. Face. So the face of a three-dimensional surface is each of those flat surfaces. So I accidentally slip up every year, and instead of calling it a face, I'll say side. So I'm going to try to be real careful about that. But the faces are those surfaces. The edges are where those segments intersect. So let me get my highlighter here. So this would be an example of an edge. And then a vertex is where those three edges intersect. So this, for example, would be a vertex. So that's where this edge and this edge and this edge intersect. And I guess I should say three or more, because in a pyramid, we might have more than three edges that are intersecting there at our vertex point. The last thing, and I think we talked about this in the very beginning of the school year, is a plane. So in Euclidean geometry, it's undefined. You can think of it as a flat surface, though, that extends without end in all directions, and it has no dimension. So a plane, for example, would contain one of the faces of our polyhedron. It would also contain infinitely many lines. So there could be many lines in that plane. So just kind of throwing that out there, that extra vocabulary, or reminding you of that from the beginning of the year. Okay, so now let's switch over to talking about how to name these shapes. So the first one is a tetrahedron. So tetra means four. So the number of faces that we would have here is going to be four faces. This is actually, for us, we would call this a triangular pyramid. The base is a triangle, and it's a pyramid because the faces all meet here at the vertex. So again, I would call this a triangular pyramid. Now, a pentahedron, penta means five, so there's going to be five faces for this. If I'm looking at this, this is either a square or maybe a rectangular pyramid. And then we've got a couple different examples here of hexahedrons. So hexa means six. I'm just going to fill in six for all of these. For this one, this is actually a cube. So a cube is a very special three-dimensional solid because a cube, all of the edges have that same measurement. So in this, although it's not marked, I don't specifically know it's a cube. I'm going to call it a cube because I wanted to be able to make sure that you know that if I say that something's a cube, then all of the edges are going to have the same dimensions. This next one is the base. If I look at the base, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the base is going to be a pentagon. So a pentagonal pyramid. And my last one is going to be a rectangular prism. Now, the important thing to know about prisms is that the bases are going to be parallel. So in this, we've got a lot of options, right? Like this base and this base, or this face and this face are going to be parallel. So it would be hard for us to figure out like which one is going to be our base. So you have choices when you're doing a rectangular prism on whether is it going to be the bases are going to be this one and this one, or is it going to be this face out here and this face out here. So in a rectangular prism, you've got choices. In this last example, a heptahedron. So hepta, that prefix means 7. So this one's going to have 7 sides. And if I look here at my faces, this shape here is a pentagon, and then I've got all these rectangles. Well, to figure this out, this prism, again, with prisms, you can, their bases are parallel, so you can kind of pick it up by those parallel bases. So this is going to be also a pentagonal prism. So my bases here are going to be these pentagon ends, not these rectangular faces, which are actually going to be like the lateral area of the pentagon. And we'll talk about that in the next video. Okay, so here's some more prisms and pyramids. So prisms, as I said, a polyhedron with a pair of parallel and congruent faces that we're going to call the bases. So again, we just talked about this pentagon. So this is a pentagonal prism because the two bases are pentagons, and we know that those are the ones that are my bases because they're parallel. Like these rectangles are not parallel from each other. So this looks like it would be a cube. This one looks like a rectangular prism. And then over here for the pyramids, we're going to have a pentagonal pyramid. Looks like a square or a rectangular pyramid. And then we've got a triangular pyramid. So there's only one base on these, and then all of the other faces are going to be triangular. The prism back here, the bases, again, whatever shape it is, and then the other faces are going to be rectangles. There's 3 other shapes that don't fall under the category of polyhedron. So that would be the cylinder, the cone, and the sphere. And then the last thing I want to make sure that you're aware of is what's called a net. So a net is a pattern that you can cut out and then fold up to make a model of a 3-dimensional solid. So this is actually a net for a cube. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces. So if I were to cut this out and fold it up, these little pieces here are tabs, so that would help us to put them together. If we were in the classroom, now would be when I would be passing out nets to all of you and having you cut them out and try to build these shapes to kind of start understanding the difference between the faces and how we might be able to go about calculating the surface area. Okay, so I hope this laid some groundwork for you. The next video is going to be on how to actually go through the calculations to calculate surface area for prisms and cylinders.